I was standing in the shadows of my own hallway, clutching a bouquet of blood-red roses and her favorite takeout, listening to the two people I trusted most in the world discuss how they were going to bleed me dry. My best friend since high school, laughing. My fiancé, explaining exactly how she'd take half my portfolio the second we said I do. If you've ever had someone you loved twist a knife in your back while smiling to your face, stick around. This is the story of how I turned soul-crushing betrayal into 6 months of cold, calculated revenge. I'm Mark, 32 years old. For the last 10 years, I've poured everything into high-end architectural design. Late nights, endless blueprints, pure grit. I built a firm that eventually put my net worth at 20 million pounds. It sounds like a lot, but when you're the one laying the bricks, you don't feel rich. You just feel tired. Elena was supposed to be the reward. Elegant. Sea glass eyes. A smile that could make you forget your own name. We were 4 months from the wedding. I thought we were building a life. And then there was Julian, my best friend since high school. We grew up together. We were the duo that was supposed to make it out of our hometown and conquer the world. He was my brother. Turns out, I was just his mark. It started on a Friday. I was in Edinburgh for a 4-day client project. But they signed off early. I was buzzing. I wanted to surprise her. I stopped at the best florist I could find. Grabbed the deepest, most vibrant red roses, the kind that look like velvet under light. Picked up her favorite Thai takeout. Caught the express train back to London. I pictured her face lighting up. The hug. The laugh. I even felt a little guilty for sneaking home early. I pulled into the driveway at dusk. Streetlights just flickering on. Long orange shadows everywhere. That's when I saw it. Julian's silver sports car, parked 3 houses down. Tucked behind a big oak tree. Almost hidden. My stomach flipped. Cold sweat crawled up my spine. But I told myself, maybe they're planning something for me. A surprise? I ignored the warning. Big mistake. I let myself in quietly. Didn't drop the keys. Didn't kick off my shoes. The house felt too still. Except for this faint, rhythmic thudding from upstairs, my heart started pounding so hard I thought it'd crack a rib. I moved toward the stairs, like I was walking through water. Every muscle locked tight. Breath shallow. I reached the landing. Our bedroom door, the one we picked navy blue curtains for together, was cracked open. Just an inch. Warm yellow light spilled out onto the carpet. I leaned in. Face inches from the wood. He's so easy to manage, Elena whispered. I could hear the smirk. He thinks he's building our future. He has no idea he's just building a retirement fund for us. Julian laughed, low, guttural. It turned my blood to ice. The wedding's in 4 months, babe. Once the papers are signed, half that portfolio is yours. We just keep him happy a little longer. Think you can fake it? For 20 million? She said. I can handle anything. I froze, roses in one hand. Thorns digging into my palm. Blood dripping. I didn't feel it. I didn't burst in. Didn't scream. I pulled out my phone. Hands shaking so bad, I almost dropped it. And I hit record, 10 full minutes. Them mocking my intelligence. My work. My love. Laughing about how clueless I was. How they'd toast to my stupidity with my own scotch once I was gone. I peeked through the crack. Their faces flushed. Twisted with greed. Elena looked like a stranger wearing her skin. I backed away. One slow step at a time. Down the stairs. Into the kitchen. Set the roses and food on the marble island like nothing happened. Walked out to my car. Sat in the dark for 20 minutes. Engine off. Silence like a grave. Then I sent the text. Hey, beautiful, just landed in London. Home in 20. Missed you so much. I watched from the end of the street. 5 minutes later, upstairs lights flashing like crazy. Shadows darting past windows. Julian's car peeled out from behind the tree and vanished. When I finally walked back in, Elena was at the bottom of the stairs. Silk robe, hair damp like she'd just showered in a panic. Big smile plastered on. But her eyes were wild. Pupils blown. "Mark! You're early!" She threw her arms around me. Her skin touched mine. I felt sick. She smelled like my soap. And his cologne. "I missed you," I said. Voice flat. Hollow. "Looked at the roses on the counter. Brought these for you." She glanced at them. Then at me. A flicker of real fear crossed her face. You were already inside?" "Just for a second," I said. Held her gaze until she broke it. "Had a work call in the car." "Why so pale, Elena? You look like you've seen a ghost." The next 6 months were hell. But I didn't leave. In the UK, if I walked out then, she'd have grounds for a massive settlement based on our cohabitation and the impending marriage. I needed to protect the firm. So I stayed. Played the perfect fiancé. Doted. Smiled. Planned. While behind the scenes, I dismantled everything. I spent those months working with a forensic accountant and a shark of a lawyer. I moved assets into ironclad offshore trusts. I restructured my company so that my ownership on paper looked like a fraction of what it was, shifting the rest into entities she couldn't touch. I hired a private investigator, documented every visit from Julian when I was at work, installed hidden cameras in the living room and study. I watched them on my phone while sitting in my office, listening to them toast my cluelessness with my 200 pounds bottles of scotch. My body fell apart. Barely slept. Dropped weight. Jaw went sharp. Eyes hollow. I looked haunted. Because I was. Living with demons. Eating dinner with them. Kissing them goodnight. But every day I kept going because of one truth. No one was coming to save me. I had to save myself. The big reveal wasn't at the wedding. I wanted it to be bigger. Public. Irreversible. It was her 30th birthday. Black tie party I threw. Lavish. Everyone there. Her parents. My parents. Business associates. And Julian, of course, sitting right next to her at the head table. Acting like the guest of honor. I stood up for the toast. The room went dead quiet. I looked at Elena, sparkling in the gold dress I bought her. Smiled. "I wanted to show you all a tribute to the woman I thought I knew," I said. Then I projected the video on the massive wall behind me. It started sweet. Old photos of us. Laughing. Happy. Then, the screen went black for 3 seconds. The audio hit the speakers like a bomb. Her voice. Crystal clear. "He's so easy to manage." Julian's laugh. "For 20 million? I can handle anything." The room froze. Absolute silence. Suffocating. Elena's face drained to ash. Julian tried to stand. Legs wouldn't work. 100 pairs of eyes nailed him to his chair. I spoke quietly into the mic. "The party's over. The house is already listed for sale. The wedding's canceled. Elena, your bags are already at Julian's place. I've spent the last 6 months making sure that when you leave this room, you leave with exactly what you brought into this relationship. Nothing." I walked out. Didn't look back at the shouting, the crying, the chaos. Moving on took time. 2 years of therapy, miles of solo hikes in the north, a small cottage far from the noise, where the only sounds are whined through trees and my own steady breathing. Revenge didn't heal me. It just cleared the wreckage so I could start building again. Today, I'm okay. I'm free. A couple years after the fallout, bits and pieces filtered back to me. Elena and Julian? They didn't last 3 months. The 20 million dream evaporated, and without my money to fund their lifestyle, they turned on each other instantly. Julian lost his job. Word spreads fast in high-end architecture. Clients don't trust a man who spends his time plotting against his best friend. Elena tried to reach out a year ago. A late-night message. "Hey, Mark. I missed the good parts. Can we talk?" I read it. Felt nothing. No anger. No pity. Just indifference. The kind of quiet that comes when someone's finally irrelevant. I never replied. Blocked the number. Blocked the backups. The real victory wasn't the public humiliation or the assets I protected. It was reaching the point where I could hear their names and feel absolutely nothing. Stay sharp, stay loyal, and never let them see you coming.